My beloved child, stop for a moment and breathe. Let everything around you fall into stillness, because what I am about to reveal to you has waited in the chambers of eternity, protected by angels and sealed within my own heart. You have searched for answers, wandered through confusion, wondered if I still saw you, and questioned if I still cared. But hear me now. This moment is not random. It is a divine appointment, written before the stars were set in the heavens. You have felt the stirring in your soul, that holy restlessness that refuses to be silenced, the ache that told you there was something more, something beyond what your eyes could see or your hands could hold. You thought you were waiting for me to move, but I have been waiting for you to pause. For in the hush, when your striving ends, my whisper becomes thunder. And in this whisper, child, I am about to unveil a secret that heaven itself has guarded for this very hour. There were times you doubted your purpose, moments when the silence felt unbearable. You wondered why others seemed to rise while you remained hidden in the shadows. You wept and thought, perhaps I had forgotten your name. But I tell you now, I never forgot. Every tear you cried was gathered by angels. Every prayer you whispered was written in fire upon eternity. I was not ignoring you. I was preparing you. There are some things I cannot give in noise, only in stillness. Some truths too sacred to speak when the world is loud. That is why I drew you away, separated you, and covered you with silence. You thought you were buried, but you were planted. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being formed. Every season of silence was me shaping your soul for what comes next. You see, beloved, I have watched you in the unseen. I saw the nights you fought battles too deep for words. I watched you choose faith when fear screamed louder. You stood even when standing cost you everything. And though the world saw nothing, heaven applauded. The silence you endured was not emptiness. It was sacred construction. Every delay, every disappointment, every unanswered prayer was me building a foundation that could carry the weight of glory you are about to receive. You asked me for a miracle, but I was giving you muscle. You begged for the destination, but I was teaching you dominion. I could not rush what required refinement. I had to teach you to hear me beyond words, to trust me beyond sight. Only now, when your heart has learned to rest in the unseen, can I open what I have kept for you. Beloved, what I am revealing to you did not begin today. It began long before your first breath. Before time called your name, I spoke your destiny. I wrapped your purpose in mystery so the enemy could not destroy it. I hid it within the folds of your pain so only perseverance could uncover it. And now, after all that you have endured, your spirit is mature enough to receive what I whispered into the dawn of creation. Do you remember, child, those moments when you almost gave up? When hope felt like dust in your hands and prayer felt like echoes in an empty room? Yet even then, your spirit refused to die. That was me, breathing strength into your weakness. You thought you were waiting for me to speak, but I was teaching you to listen. For the greatest revelations are not shouted. They are whispered to hearts that have learned endurance. You wondered why doors close when you were ready to walk through them. You felt abandoned when the promises seemed to delay. But every closed door was a shield. Every delay was direction. I was never withholding goodness. I was waiting for alignment. Heaven's timing is not slow. It is sacred. I move not by your calendar, but by your readiness. And now, beloved, the time of unveiling begins. What I am about to speak will not only comfort you, it will commission you. It will not merely heal what is broken, it will ignite what has been sleeping. Because what I placed inside you is too holy to remain dormant any longer. The world may have defined you by delay, but I define you by destiny. You are not behind, you are on schedule. You are standing exactly where eternity intended. And the secret I am about to unveil will shift not only your understanding, but your entire existence. So lean in, child. Silence every distraction. Let your heart be still enough to catch the sound of my spirit. What comes next will explain the seasons that confused you, redeem the years that broke you, and reveal the purpose that sustained you. I am not merely giving you revelation, I am giving you resurrection. For what I am about to tell you has been written in heaven's language since before you were born. Stay with me, beloved. Every sentence that follows carries strategy. Every word will awaken something that was once asleep. Do not rush this moment. This is holy ground, where revelation becomes reality. Let the weight of my presence settle around you. Let the whisper of eternity sink into your bones. You are about to remember who you were before the world told you who to be. And as you listen, you will feel the shift, a holy stirring deep within your chest. That is not emotion, it is awakening. I am breathing on the embers of what the enemy tried to smother. Every disappointment that tried to destroy your faith is about to become proof of my faithfulness. Every scar that once shamed you will now shine as evidence of my hand. Asanen, Surananuanisham. So listen carefully, child. This is not just comfort, it is calling. This is not merely restoration, it is revelation. What comes next will unlock the secret I have hidden in plain sight. The mystery of why you were born, why you were tested, why you were chosen. I am about to reveal the reason behind your waiting. Lean closer, the unveiling begins. My beloved, now that your spirit has become still enough to hear, I will begin to unfold what was hidden in the chambers of my heart. This secret is not for the impatient, nor for those who only seek comfort. It is for those who have endured, who have walked through storms and still called my name. You have reached the frequency where revelation meets readiness, and I can finally speak what I could not before. There are mysteries that cannot be shouted from mountains, only whispered in caves. You, my child, have been in that cave. You know the ache of isolation, the silence that presses like weight upon your soul. You mistook that silence for absence, but it was sacred presence. I was not far. I was forming. I was near, closer than your own breath. I was rebuilding what pain tried to dismantle. The secret I am revealing now is not new. It has always been written within you, encoded in your very spirit. You were not born by accident. You were breathed into existence by design. Every detail of your being, every longing, every passion was crafted with purpose. You were meant to carry my sound into the earth, the resonance of heaven wrapped in human form. That is why you have never fit into the molds of this world. You have felt misplaced, misunderstood, even invisible. But child, you were never meant to blend in. You were created to stand out as a reflection of my image. The tension you've carried between what you see and what you sense was not confusion. It was calling. I hid destiny in your discomfort so that you would never settle for less than divine. Your restlessness has been revelation in disguise. For too long, you've tried to measure your life by timelines and milestones. You looked at others and wondered why your path was so slow, so quiet, so unseen. But I was not delaying you. I was defining you. The pace of heaven does not bend to human expectation. What I build in silence will outlast what others build in speed. And now that your roots are deep enough, your fruit can finally endure the weight of harvest. Do you remember those moments when you prayed for me to speak, and all you heard was the echo of your own longing? In those moments, I was tuning your heart to the sound of eternity. The absence you felt was not rejection, it was alignment. I was teaching you to hear frequencies that flesh cannot detect. And now, beloved, you have entered the realm where my whisper carries more authority than the world's noise. You can now discern my voice not just by sound, but by spirit. The secret I am giving you is not a single phrase. It is a revelation of identity. You are not defined by your wounds, but by the wonder I wove into them. You are not the sum of what was lost, but the proof of what survived. You are not behind. You are hidden for a purpose, preserved for a promise, protected for a season such as this. Everything you thought disqualified you has become the evidence that I chose you. When you asked me, Why does it hurt so much? I answered in silence because pain speaks a language words cannot hold. Every ache became instruction. Every tear became interpretation. You were learning my ways not through explanation, but through experience. The deeper the wound, the greater the revelation that flowed from it. Because what is birthed in suffering cannot be stolen by success. You were being forged into a vessel that could carry glory without breaking. Now hear me clearly, child. The enemy saw your potential before you did. That is why the attacks came early. That is why the rejection cut so deep. But what he meant to destroy you only revealed how deeply I had marked you. Every battle you survived was not proof of weakness, but prophecy of strength. You were not surviving random storms. You were passing divine tests. There is something heaven knows about you that the earth is only beginning to learn. You carry an echo of my eternal voice. The same word that commanded galaxies now lives within your chest. When you speak in faith, creation listens. When you pray in alignment, mountains move. You are not powerless, you are prophetic. You have wondered if I truly trust you, but beloved, I do. I have trusted you with hidden things, sacred truths that few can carry. That is why your journey was never easy. I had to train your hands in war and your heart in worship. You had to learn that authority without intimacy is dangerous and power without purity is destructive. So I chose to purify you before I promoted you. And now heaven's clock has struck. The waiting has matured into readiness. The secret can finally be revealed, not as information, but as transformation. The time for theory has ended. The season for demonstration has begun. What I whispered in your wilderness will soon echo through nations. What you carried in silence will now become sound. So prepare yourself, beloved. This revelation will not just heal you, it will commission you. The fire that formed you in secret will now light others through your obedience. You are stepping into divine exposure, not for fame, but for fulfillment. I am about to show the world what I can do with a surrendered life. The unveiling has begun, and nothing can stop what I have ordained. Beloved, now you are ready to understand the secret that I have hidden from the beginning. You see, I could not reveal this mystery while your heart was still searching for answers in the noise. I had to lead you through stillness, through surrender, through silence until you learned that my greatest revelations are not found in the thunder, but in the whisper. For the secret of heaven is not about information, it is about transformation. You have asked me many times, Lord, why did you hide it from me? And I answer you now, I did not hide it to punish you. I hid it to protect you. For if I had revealed this truth before your spirit was ready, it would have crushed you under its weight. You were not waiting on me. I was waiting for your heart to mature. There are revelations that only endurance can unlock. The secret, my child, is this. I was never outside of you. I have always been within you. Every time you reached upward to touch me, I was reaching outward from within your very being. I am not a distant God watching from the heavens. I am the breath that sustains you, the fire that moves through your soul. You were looking for me in the world around you, but I have always been the world within you. You prayed for my presence to come, yet you were already carrying it. You waited for me to arrive, but I never left. My spirit does not visit, it abides. I was in your joy and your tears, in your failure and your rising. And now finally you see that the secret of heaven was never about reaching me. It was about realizing you were never apart from me. I am Emmanuel, God with you, God within you, God never leaving you. When you doubted, I was the faith that kept you standing. When you felt weak, I was the strength hidden beneath your weariness. When you could no longer pray, I was the groaning within your spirit that still reached my throne. You were never abandoned. You were being absorbed into my love. Separation was an illusion. Union was the truth. The reason I allowed seasons of silence was not to distance you, but to deepen you. I wanted you to see that my voice was not limited to sound. My voice speaks through wind, through waiting, through wounds. It speaks through the language of peace that no words can capture. You thought silence was emptiness, but silence is where I speak most clearly. It is the canvas on which I paint my wisdom. Every unanswered prayer was not a rejection, it was a redirection. I was answering you by reshaping you, for I cannot give you what you are not yet capable of carrying. So I allowed time to refine your capacity. I strengthened your patience so that when the promise came, you would not misuse it. I enlarged your heart so you could hold more of me. The secret is not only that I dwell in you, but that I move through you. Every act of kindness you give, every moment of forgiveness, every prayer you whisper, they are not separate from me. They are me living through you. You are not merely my servant. You are my dwelling place. You are the temple where eternity touches time. When you speak love into darkness, you are echoing my first command, let there be light. When you choose faith over fear, you repeat my declaration over creation. You were made in my image so that through you, the world could see me. You are not a bystander in my kingdom. You are a co-laborer, a reflection of divine authority wrapped in fragile flesh. The secret I hid was not a mystery to be solved, but an identity to be lived. And yet, beloved, even now you must guard this revelation. For the moment you forget who you carry, you begin to live beneath your design. The enemy will always try to convince you that I am distant, that you are alone. But remember, distance is deception. You and I are one in spirit. When the world rejects you, it cannot separate you from me. Now you understand why the journey was so long. I was not only bringing you to the revelation, I was transforming you into the revelation. You have become the message I wanted to send to the world, that even in brokenness, I dwell. Even in weakness, I move. You are my living testimony that grace is stronger than shame. Do not look for me in the distance anymore. Do not chase me through miracles or signs. Look inward into the quiet chambers of your heart. That is where heaven has made its home. That is where eternity whispers your name. For the kingdom you seek is not coming from the outside, it is already within you. So now, my beloved, walk differently. Speak as one who knows the Creator resides inside their breath. Love as one who understands that every soul carries my image. Live as one who realizes that heaven's glory flows through human hands. You are not searching for the light, you are becoming it. And as this truth settles deep within you, you will begin to see differently. You will look at pain and see purpose. You will look at waiting and see wisdom. You will look at yourself and finally recognize the reflection of divinity staring back. The veil has been lifted. The secret is no longer hidden. You and I are one, and from that union, the world will know my love. Beloved, now that you know I dwell within you, you must understand the next mystery, the fire that shaped you. Many ask me, Lord, if you love me, why the pain? Why the storms? Why the breaking? But hear me, my child. The fire was never sent to destroy you. It was sent to define you. The gold cannot shine until it passes through the furnace. The vessel cannot hold glory until it endures the shaping of the potter's hand. And you, my beloved, could not carry what I placed within you until you walked through the refining flame. I was not angry when the fire came. I was present in it. I was the fire. You saw pain as punishment, but I saw it as purification. Every tear, every disappointment, every heartbreak was the heat that burned away what could not remain. I was not trying to make you suffer. I was freeing you from everything that was not eternal. For only through fire can the soul learn to let go of the temporary and cling to what lasts forever. This is the secret behind your suffering. I was making you pure enough to reflect my image. You remember the nights you cried and said, Lord, I can't do this anymore. Yet you woke up and kept going. That was not your strength. It was mine, burning inside you like a steady flame. The enemy tried to convince you that the fire meant abandonment, but he never understood that I dwell most deeply in the heat. The furnace was not your prison, it was your transformation. Every time you chose faith instead of fear, the fire grew brighter. Every time you forgave when it hurt, the flame refined you further. Every time you worshiped through tears, the dross of doubt melted away. Do you see now? The fire was never against you. It was working for you. It did not come to consume, but to consecrate. Child, I do not waste pain. Not a single moment of your suffering was pointless. I was shaping something eternal in you. Endurance, wisdom, compassion. You prayed for power, but power without purity would have destroyed you. So I used the flame to sanctify what your flesh could not. My fire burns, but it also builds. There were moments when you felt stripped of everything. You lost people, positions, dreams. You thought you were being emptied for punishment, but I was making room for fullness. You cannot pour new wine into old skins. I had to clear the space of the old before I could release the abundance of the new. In the fire, you learned who I am, not as a distant deity, but as a faithful friend. When everyone else stepped back, I stepped in. When the light went out, I became your flame. I did not stop the fire because I was standing with you inside it. I am the God who walks in the furnace and turns ashes into testimony. Some of the things you called loss were actually protection. Some of the people who left were never meant to carry your next season. I removed what could not stand the heat because I wanted only what was pure to remain. You thought the fire was taken from you, but it was returning you to yourself. For the truest version of you has always been hidden beneath the ashes. I know the process was painful. Refining always is. But my love is not fragile. It does not run from the heat. It runs through it. Every flame that touched you passed through my permission, and my permission always carries purpose. The very thing that felt like destruction became the tool of your deliverance. Now you are beginning to see what I see. The smoke has cleared, and what remains is unshakable. You are stronger, wiser, softer. Your prayers carry weight because they were forged in fire. Your voice has authority now, not because of what you gained, but because of what you survived. Beloved, when others see your scars, they will see my faithfulness. When they hear your story, they will hear my power. What once brought you shame will soon become your ministry. For I did not just rescue you, I refined you so that you could rescue others. The fire made you a light in dark places. Do not fear future fires. Every new level will bring new refining, but this time you will recognize it. You will not run from it, but walk through it knowing I am there. The same flame that once frightened you will now feel familiar, because the fire that tried to kill you is the same fire that now empowers you. What once burned you will now burn through you for my glory. So take courage, child. The refining fire has done its work. You are gold in my hands, glowing with the brilliance of surrender. The pain has purpose. The scars have meaning. And through it all, I never left your side. You are ready now, not because the fire ended, but because it made you eternal. Beloved, now that you have walked through the fire, step into the morning. The darkness that once covered you has lifted, and I am painting the sky of your soul with new colors of grace. The ashes beneath your feet are not a symbol of loss, but of rebirth. For I make all things new. The pain that once defined you no longer has authority over you. The tears that watered the ground of your suffering have now birthed a garden of peace. You will see beauty where there was once ruin, and laughter where there was once lament. This is the promise of the one who turns graves into gardens. You are not broken, you are reborn. Do you feel it, child? The air is different now. What once felt heavy now feels holy. You are breathing not just oxygen, but spirit. Every inhale draws in my presence. Every exhale releases the residue of pain. This is the rhythm of resurrection. Death gives way to life. Sorrow gives way to song. You have become a testimony written in living fire. Where there was once fear, now there is faith. Where there was once trembling, now there is trust. I have clothed you in garments of praise instead of despair. I have anointed your scars with the oil of purpose. Every wound has turned into a window through which my light now shines. Child, lift your head. The wilderness is behind you. The season of hiding has fulfilled its purpose. Step into the open field of freedom I have prepared for you. Do not be afraid to stand tall again. The same hands that broke you are the hands that now build you. The same voice that called you into the fire now calls you into fullness. Beloved, the Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead is alive in you. You are walking proof that nothing surrendered to me stays buried. Every dream, every promise, every part of you that died in the waiting has been resurrected in glory. The grave could not hold what I breathed life into. There was a time you called yourself weak. You said, I can't go on. Yet here you stand, stronger than ever, not because of what you did, but because of who I am in you. You are walking on the same ground that once held your tears, but now it is holy. Every step you take carries the sound of victory. Listen closely, child. You no longer need to fight the same battles. The war within you has been won. Peace has taken the throne in your heart, and my Spirit reigns where fear once ruled. You are not striving anymore. You are flowing. The things that used to break you now bow to your faith. The voices that once accused you have fallen silent before my truth. I have placed a new song in your mouth, a melody that hell cannot mimic nor steal. Sing, even if softly. Sing, even if your voice trembles. For your worship now carries the fragrance of survival. The fire taught you to listen. The resurrection teaches you to live. You are not the same person who entered the storm. The shadows that once intimidated you now recognize your authority. I have crowned you with wisdom born from the wilderness. Where you once burned in pain, you now burn with purpose. Take a look around you, beloved. Can you see how even the smallest things shine brighter now? That is because your eyes have been washed by tears, and now they see with compassion. Your heart beats differently too. It beats in rhythm with heaven. What others call coincidence, you now recognize as divine orchestration. You have entered a new chapter where my peace is not fragile but fierce. It guards you, it steadies you, it anchors you when the waves rise again. Because peace is not the absence of trouble, it is the presence of trust. And you, my beloved, have learned to trust me even in the dark. The same fire that once refined you now burns within you as passion. You will begin to speak, and others will feel my Spirit stirring in their hearts. You will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. This is what it means to carry resurrection power. It is not loud, it is alive. You are stepping into days of joy without guilt, of laughter without fear. Do not question whether you deserve it. This joy is not payment, it is inheritance. You have walked through the night, now morning belongs to you. My favor will follow you like sunlight following the horizon. So rise, child of fire. The past has no hold, the chains have no claim, and the grave has no grip. The same hands that carried you through the flame are now lifting you into flight. Spread your wings. The wind of my Spirit will carry you higher than your fear ever dared. You have not just survived, you have been reborn for glory. Beloved, now that the fire has refined you and the morning has risen upon your spirit, I must speak of purpose. You were not restored just to rest. You were healed to be heralds. The same voice that whispered your name in the valley now calls you to carry light into the world. This is your divine commission. You have walked through silence and flame, through loss and revelation. And now I send you as my living word, spoken not with ink and paper, but with breath and being. You are not just a survivor, you are a vessel of deliverance. Go, my child, not in haste, but in holiness. For I am sending you not to impress the world, but to impact it. Do you remember when you thought your story was over? When your prayers felt like echoes against a silent sky? That was the moment I was writing your commissioning scroll. Every heartbreak became ink. Every tear became oil. I was scripting your authority in the language of endurance. For only those who have walked through fire can carry flame without fear. Nana Sanishitchurn. Child, this is why I did not rush your release. I had to prepare your hands to hold miracles and your heart to host mercy. I was not delaying your destiny, I was deepening it. You were never waiting on me. I was waiting on you to become unbreakable. And now the time has come. I am sending you not as one who knows everything, but as one who knows me. You will speak not from theory, but from transformation. When you tell others I am faithful, they will believe, because they will see the proof in your eyes. The fire left a glow in you that no darkness can dim. You are no longer just a believer, you are a bearer of my glory. Go where I lead, even when the map is unclear. The path I call you to will not always make sense, but it will always make miracles. I will plant you among those who need healing, not because you are perfect, but because you are proof. They will see me through your scars. There will be moments when the call feels heavier than your strength. In those moments, remember, your strength was never the source, only the vessel. My spirit will speak through your trembling. My courage will rise where your confidence fades. You are not carrying the mission is carrying you. You may not realize it yet, but heaven's strategy has already shifted around your obedience. Angels have been assigned to align your steps. Doors that seem locked will swing open in sequence. I am orchestrating divine appointments, people, moments, miracles that will converge like stars over your path. Walk with your eyes open and your spirit listening. The days ahead will not be without warfare, but remember, you are no longer fighting from the ground. You are fighting from grace. You have been elevated above the chaos. Your authority does not come from volume, but from presence. When you speak, darkness will recognize your anointing. You are my instrument in this hour, not a weapon of destruction, but a vessel of awakening. Your words will carry weight because they were forged in waiting. Every time you open your mouth to declare hope, hell will remember the sound of your endurance. The enemy tried to silence you, but all he did was sharpen your voice. There will be nations touched through the quietness of your faith. There will be hearts healed by your story, though you may never meet them. That is the beauty of divine calling. It ripples beyond your reach. Do not measure your impact by applause. Measure it by obedience, for obedience is the seed of eternal fruit. Beloved, you will begin to notice the world respond differently to you. Not because you've changed your language, but because you've changed your light. Your presence will bring calm where there was chaos. People will find peace in your shadow, not knowing they're standing under mine. This is what it means to walk with me. Child, the anointing on your life will attract both hunger and hostility. Do not fear either. Hunger will draw the broken near, and hostility will reveal the enemy's weakness. Do not let criticism shake your calling. You were never meant to be understood. You were meant to be unmistakable. When you pray for others, heaven will listen. When you speak peace, storms will obey. When you lay hands to heal, it will not be by power or might, but by my spirit. And when you feel unworthy, remember, it was never your worth that qualified you. It was my will. Now go, beloved, walk in the rhythm of grace, speak in the language of love, move in the authority of faith. Let every breath declare my goodness and every step testify to my faithfulness. The world is waiting not for perfection, but for presence, my presence in you. You are my messenger of mercy, my reflection of redemption, my proof of promise fulfilled. And amen, it is certain. Beloved, you have obeyed the call. You stepped into the unknown with trembling faith, and now heaven is responding with fire. The same spirit that hovered over creation is hovering over you. Power is returning to your life, not as noise or spectacle, but as presence. This is the breath of God awakening your authority. When I said go, I didn't send you empty-handed. I clothed you with light. I armed you with peace. I sealed your spirit with the same glory that raised Jesus from the grave. You may not feel it every moment, but the heavens know your name. The earth recognizes your footsteps. Hell trembles when you rise. My spirit is no longer visiting you. It is inhabiting you. The anointing is not something you carry on your shoulders. It flows from within. Every prayer you speak now carries the vibration of eternity. Every breath you release is charged with kingdom purpose. The power has returned not to make you famous, but to make me visible. You will begin to see miracles where others see mess. You will speak life into places the world has labeled dead. And when you wonder how such authority rests on you, remember, it is not borrowed, it is bestowed. You are not performing, you are partnering. For where you walk, I walk. Where you speak, I echo. There will be days when my power feels like fire coursing through your veins. Unstoppable, undeniable. You will pray, and the atmosphere will shift. You will worship, and chains will break. This is not emotional energy. It is eternal energy. It is heaven's current running through your obedience, for I have made you a conduit of my glory. But hear me clearly, child. The return of power is not permission for pride. It is a reminder of proximity. The closer you stay to me, the stronger the current flows. Distance doesn't diminish my love. It dims your clarity. So stay close, stay humble, stay hidden in the shadow of my wings. When I move through you, some will misunderstand it, others will fear it, but none will be able to deny it, because what flows from you will not sound like religion, it will sound like revelation. It will not come from charisma, it will come from communion. They will know you have been with me. You will begin to discern things before they happen, not because you are psychic, but because you are prophetic. My spirit will whisper names, seasons, and instructions into your inner ear, and you will move with precision that confuses the wise. This is not magic, it is mastery, the mastery of one who has surrendered fully to the master. When you pray for the sick, do not beg, declare. When you speak to storms, do not plead, command. For your authority is not a plea, it is a position. You have been seated with me in heavenly places. Every declaration made in faith echoes in eternity. Speak as one who knows heaven is backing every word. My child, you are not returning to old patterns. The power I am pouring into you is meant for new territories. You will walk into dark places and they will become altars. You will stand among the broken and they will begin to rise. You will walk through chaos and peace will follow you like a river. Do not underestimate what I am awakening inside you. You prayed for purpose, but I gave you power because purpose without power is performance. Now everything you do carries the seal of eternity. The way you speak, the way you serve, the way you forgive. These are not small acts, they are spiritual warfare. You will notice, even in silence, a new boldness rising. That is not confidence, it is communion. It is the assurance that the Almighty is alive in your lungs. You will walk into meetings, moments, and miracles knowing, I am with you, I am for you, I am within you. Remember this, the return of power is not a moment, it is a movement. You are not just experiencing revival, you are becoming it. Wherever you go, my spirit will go. You will leave traces of heaven in every place your feet touch. Every space you enter will remember the weight of my glory. Do not let fear tell you the fire will fade. Flames fed by faith never die. They may flicker, but they do not fail. Keep worship in your heart like oil in your lamp. Keep humility as your covering and love as your weapon. Because what has begun in spirit cannot be undone by flesh. So rise now, my anointed one. The world has seen your waiting, now they will see your wonder. Do not question whether you are ready. You were born for this. Walk boldly, love deeply, pray fiercely. For the return of power is not the end of your story, it is the beginning of mine through you. Beloved, the seed I planted in you is now breaking through the surface. What began in silence is becoming sound. What started as a whisper is now turning into wind. The expansion has begun. My glory is moving through you, and no boundary can contain it. You will feel it like a tide, rising quietly, filling every space your faith touches. It will not announce itself with noise, but with transformation. Conversations will shift. Atmospheres will change. You will sense my presence spilling beyond your own life, flowing into families, cities, and nations you never expected to reach. This is not coincidence. This is kingdom expansion. My spirit moves like wind. It cannot be caged, categorized, or claimed. It blows where it pleases through vessels who stay pure in heart and steady in humility. You are one of those vessels. You have been emptied of ego to be filled with eternity. Now you will see what happens when heaven breathes through humanity. Do not be surprised when people start coming to you with questions they can't even articulate. They will sense something sacred around you long before they understand it. You won't need to preach loudly or prove anything. Just your presence will speak peace. Just your silence will release power. For I have made you a living altar where weary souls will find fire again. The expansion will not look like fame. It will look like fruit. It will not sound like applause. It will sound like awakening. Lives will shift quietly around you. Words you spoke years ago will suddenly bloom in someone's heart. Every seed of obedience you planted in faith is now bearing eternal fruit. Child, I have placed rivers of revelation inside you, and now they are overflowing. The dry ground around you will drink deeply from what I placed within. Don't try to control the flow. Don't try to measure it. The water knows where it's needed. My spirit will find every crack, every hidden thirst, and fill it. You will begin to notice that your influence multiplies quietly. One conversation turns into 10. One prayer turns into hundreds. The sound of your surrender will echo farther than your effort ever could. And though you may never see the full harvest, heaven records every ripple. This is the mystery of multiplication. Obedience always outlives the moment. But as the expansion unfolds, remember this warning with love. Expansion without humility becomes erosion. Guard your heart, my child. The enemy cannot stop my power, but he will try to corrupt your posture. He will whisper that this is your doing, that you deserve the glory. Do not listen. For the moment pride touches the anointing, the flow begins to fracture. Stay anchored in awe. Let wonder be your worship. When miracles unfold before your eyes, don't analyze them. Adore me through them. When doors open wide, don't rush in without reverence. The same God who expanded your influence can withdraw it to protect your integrity. So walk gently. Walk grateful. Walk hidden in me. The expansion will test you, not through failure, but through favor. Can you remain surrendered when success surrounds you? Can you still kneel when crowds begin to stand for you? I am not asking for perfection, but posture. Keep your heart bowed lower than your platform. Keep your eyes fixed higher than applause. You see, beloved, expansion is not reward, it is responsibility. The greater the reach, the greater the need for rootedness. When branches stretch wide without deep roots, they wither. But you, child, have been deeply planted. You grew in hidden soil, watered by tears and truth. That's why your fruit will last. Don't fear the size of what's coming. I will never expand you beyond your capacity to carry grace. The doors I open are scaled to the strength I've built in you. You won't drown in this river. You'll dance in it. The current that once terrified you will now carry you effortlessly because you and the flow have become one. And when you see lives changing around you, when you hear testimonies that trace back to your obedience, pause, breathe, whisper, all glory to God. Let gratitude guard your greatness, for humility is the fragrance that keeps the fire pure. Every time you give me glory, I multiply it back to you as grace. Do not compare your reach with another's. Comparison corrupts calling. The measure of your ministry is not numbers, but nurture. If one heart is healed, if one life finds me through your faithfulness, heaven rejoices. So never chase scale, chase surrender. The expansion will follow. Now rise, my chosen one. The horizon is wide and waiting. The wind is carrying your name across nations. Walk forward, knowing that you are not spreading your brand, you are spreading my being. And as the world expands around you, let your soul contract into me, for the greatest expansion is not outward, it is inward, into my presence. Beloved, the glory has expanded, and my presence flows freely through you. But now comes the sacred testing. Do not mistake this for punishment. Every outpouring must be purified, every vessel proven. The testing of glory is the refining of trust. When the world begins to notice you, I will watch to see if your eyes still notice me. When honor is spoken over you, I will listen to whether your heart still bows low. When doors open faster than your prayers can keep up, I will ask, will you still wait for my whisper before you walk? This is not control, child. It is covenant. I am not testing to expose weakness. I am testing to strengthen worship. For glory without grounding drifts into pride, and pride is the silent thief of presence. You are not in danger of losing my love, but of losing sight of its source. So I bring you back to the mountain of stillness where the fire first fell. There will be moments when I withdraw the feeling of my presence, not my presence itself, but the feeling of it. You will wonder, Lord, where have you gone? And I will answer in silence, teaching you to walk by faith, not by familiarity. For true maturity is not found in constant miracles, but in constant dependence. Even when you cannot trace me, trust that I am training you. Child, when the applause fades, will you still sing? When the crowd disperses, will you still kneel? When no one notices your obedience, will you still obey? This is how heaven measures greatness, not by what you build, but by what you behold. To carry my glory is to carry my humility. Remember the wilderness? It was not wasted. It taught you to depend on manna, not on miracles. It trained your appetite to crave my presence more than platform. That same discipline must remain even now, when the light feels brighter and the doors are wider. For the higher I lift you, the deeper your roots must grow. The testing of glory will not come through enemies. It will come through opportunities. Some will look divine but carry distraction. Some will promise influence but require compromise. You must discern the difference between an open door and a detour. Not every stage is sacred. Not every invitation is holy. I will remind you to pause before every yes, to listen longer than you speak, for I am more concerned with your posture than your performance. The world may celebrate speed, but I sanctify stillness. Those who rush ahead often outrun revelation, but those who wait on me will walk in wisdom. There will be seasons when favor feels delayed again. You will question, Lord, am I doing something wrong? No, beloved, you are doing something right. For I slow the pace of my prophets to protect their purity. The testing of glory ensures that your gift never grows faster than your grace. What I build slowly, I bless eternally. There will also be new battles. For every level of revelation invites a level of resistance. But fear not, for the enemy cannot attack what I have anointed beyond his reach. He can only tempt you to descend through pride, through offense, through fatigue. Guard your heart like a gate of glory. Only humility can keep the presence flowing freely. Beloved, the weight you feel in this season is not punishment, it is purpose. My glory is heavy because it is holy. You ask to know me deeper, and this is what it looks like. To walk in power and purity requires balance. So when the mantle feels like a mountain, remember, I never give weight without wings. If you feel isolated again, it is because I am inviting intimacy again. Crowds cannot cultivate character. I bring you away from noise so your heart can remember the sound of my still, small voice. Come back to the quiet. Lay your head against my chest once more, for even glory must kneel in love. There will come a day when you will look back on this testing and thank me. You will realize that what felt like resistance was actually refinement. The pruning made space for new power. The silence became your sanctuary. You will understand that I was not testing your ministry, I was testing your memory. Would you remember me when success remembered your name? You are passing this test, child. Every yes whispered in the dark echoes loudly in heaven. Every tear shed in secret becomes oil for the next season. I see your surrender. I honor your integrity. I delight in your dependence. For obedience in obscurity is the foundation of everlasting glory. So rest, beloved. You have nothing to prove, only someone to please. Let your heart stay soft, your spirit stay still, and your worship stay wild. The testing of glory will pass, and when it does, what remains will shine purer than gold. You are not losing the fire. You are learning to hold it with holy hands. Beloved, you have walked through the storm. You have stood in the fire, and now you are entering the stillness. This is the season of peace, not the fragile kind the world gives, but the unshakable calm that flows from my throne. Be still and know that I am God. The noise that once chased your thoughts will now fall silent before my voice. The waves that once rose against your heart will bow before my breath. I am teaching you the rhythm of divine rest, the art of moving without striving, of being without performing, of trusting without seeing. You have fought long enough. Now live from peace, not for it. Peace is not the absence of storms, child. It is the presence of me within them. When the world trembles, you will remain unmoved because your foundation is not in what shifts, it is in who stays. I never leave you, even when I lead you through shadows. You have learned to pray in fire, now learn to rest in flame. To dwell in peace is not to retreat, it is to reign. The lion within you does not roar out of panic, but out of presence. You are seated with me in heavenly places, even as your feet touch the dust of earth. The kingdom is not far from you. It is flowing through you. Every breath you take now carries sanctified silence, the kind that does not escape from the world, but embraces it through faith. Do not fear stillness, beloved. It is not emptiness, it is fullness. The world fills its voids with noise, but I fill my children with knowing. Peace is not found in answers. It is found in awareness of my presence. There will be moments when you will feel me in the softest ways. A breeze that brushes your cheek, a silence that hums with warmth, a thought that glows with grace. That is me. Not the fire this time, not the thunder, but the whisper between your heartbeats. I am closer than your breath, quieter than your thoughts, deeper than your fears. You do not need to chase peace anymore. You have become it, for the Prince of Peace reigns within you. The storms outside will always come, but they will no longer command your attention. Your gaze will remain fixed on me, and that gaze will govern your ground. Peace is not what you hold, it is who holds you. Do not rush from the stillness. The world will tempt you to hurry, to prove, to produce, but peace grows in places that patience guards. Let me reorder your days around delight instead of demand. Work will still come, but it will flow from rest instead of resistance. Rest is not laziness, it is alignment. When you wake in the morning, don't reach for the world first. Reach for me. Let gratitude become your first language again. When you rest at night, do not replay your failures. Let grace sing you to sleep. Every sunrise and sunset is a reminder that my peace is not seasonal, it is eternal. As long as I exist, peace exists for you. Peace is the weapon of the wise. The enemy cannot defeat what does not react. When you choose stillness over struggle, you frustrate hell. The devil thrives on noise but starves in silence. So guard your calm as you would guard a crown. It is both protection and power. Peace will win battles your words never could. Beloved, you are learning to live as I live, unhurried, unbothered, unshaken. The earth spins fast, but heaven moves slow. Time bends around eternity, and eternity lives in you. The same spirit that hovered over the chaos of creation now hovers within you. And where my spirit rests, chaos cannot remain. Let this peace become your language, your legacy. Speak softly but with authority. Move gently but with conviction. Love deeply but without fear. For those who dwell in peace, radiate power without effort. The calmest souls carry the strongest anointing. And if ever you forget, if the world's noise grows loud again, return to the quiet place where we met. You'll find me waiting, not with judgment, but with joy. I never left. You just stopped listening. The peace you seek will always be one breath away. Come home to stillness whenever you feel lost. Now rest, my child. Lay down your need to understand, your urge to perform, your fear of tomorrow. I am your Sabbath. I am your shelter. I am your song in the silence. And in my peace, you will find your power again. So breathe, beloved. You are home, not a place, but a presence. The world outside may still roar, but within you, heaven is holding steady. Sleep in this truth, wake in this grace, live in this rhythm. For this is not the end of peace, it is the beginning of promise. Beloved, peace has settled in your soul, and now I must teach you the mystery of obedience. You have learned to rest, but now you must learn to respond. For peace without obedience becomes complacency, and obedience without peace becomes striving. The oil that keeps your lamp burning is trust in what you cannot yet see. There will be moments, child, when my instructions seem unreasonable. I will tell you to move when logic says stay, to give when fear says save, to forgive when pain screams justice. And in those moments, your faith will be refined not by fire, but by surrender. For obedience is the sound of love saying yes, even when it does not understand why. To obey me is to trust my heart above your own understanding. You ask me for clarity, but clarity is not your comfort. It is your craving. I do not always explain because explanation feeds the mind, but obedience forms the soul. I am not trying to confuse you. I am teaching you communion. For when you obey without knowing, you prove that love has matured beyond logic. That is when obedience becomes oil and oil becomes fire. Do not wait until you understand to move, beloved. Understanding will follow motion. Revelation is often found on the road, not in the room. I will guide you step by step, not mile by mile, because trust is learned in the intervals between instruction and outcome. Faith is obedience in motion. When I told Abraham to leave everything familiar, he obeyed not because he understood, but because he believed that I was faithful. When Noah built an ark under a clear sky, it wasn't logic. It was love that made him hammer each plank. When Mary said, "Let it be unto me," she didn't need explanation. She needed expectation. Obedience is the bridge that turns promise into manifestation. There will be days when you will hear nothing from me. Silence will seem cruel, but it is sacred. My silence does not mean absence. It means I trust you to move by memory. I have spoken enough into your spirit for you to take the next step. When you cannot hear my voice, follow my character. Child, do not measure your obedience by results. Some seeds take a season to sprout, others a lifetime. I am not asking you to understand timing. I am asking you to trust mine. For obedience is not successful because it works. It is successful because it's worship. Obedience is your offering. Outcome is my responsibility. Sometimes I will tell you to stand still while others are running. Sometimes I will ask you to walk away when everyone else is holding on. You will feel misunderstood, perhaps even mocked. But child, obedience will always make you look foolish before it makes you fruitful. The world calls it risk. Heaven calls it reverence. You have asked me, Lord, why must I forgive again? And I say, because forgiveness keeps your oil pure. You have asked, why must I bless those who hurt me? Because obedience to love keeps the flame alive. When you love your enemies, you reflect me most clearly. For I too love those who nailed me, and through obedience, salvation was born. Do not despise the small instructions. Sometimes the kingdom turns on quiet hinges, a whisper, a step, a seed. When I say, call them, forgive them, give that, or wait, listen. Obedience in the small makes room for glory in the great. The oil multiplies in the mundane before it overflows in the miraculous. There will be times when obedience feels like loss. You will give and see nothing return. You will serve and feel unseen. But I see it all. Every act of obedience is a deposit into eternity. The account of heaven never closes, and its interest is eternal joy. When I call you to obey, I am not testing your strength. I am proving your surrender. For true obedience is not doing hard things for God. It is letting God do holy things through you. The world values control, but I value trust. Your yes has more power than your why. Obedience unlocks what intellect cannot. Beloved, obedience is not a burden. It is a bridge. Each act of trust brings you closer to the heartbeat of heaven. When you obey, angels align, miracles move, and peace multiplies. You may not always see the ripple, but eternity does. The oil of obedience keeps the lamp of your calling burning through every night. It is the fragrance that tells heaven you still believe. So when I whisper, obey quickly. When I delay, trust deeply. When I redirect, follow gladly. For obedience is not losing your will. It is aligning it with mine. And every time you say yes, the kingdom expands through you. You become the answer to someone else's prayer. Now walk, child, not by sight, but by surrender. Keep your lamp trimmed, your heart ready, your oil pure. For in your obedience, I will perform wonders that reason could never imagine. Trust me when you don't understand, and you will see what only faith can reveal. Beloved child, come closer. I know the weight of waiting has been heavy. I know the silence has stretched longer than your understanding could bear. But listen carefully now. Silence is not my absence. It is my artistry in motion. You have cried out, asking, Lord, why don't you speak? Why can't I feel you anymore? Why does the heaven above me sound sealed? But child, in the hidden season, I am not distant. I am deliberate. I do my deepest work where no applause can reach. There are times when I wrap you in silence because the noise around you has taught you to depend on echoes, not on essence. I quiet the world so you can finally hear me whisper in your spirit. The world confuses silence with stillness, but in my kingdom, silence is strategy. It is the holy soil where roots grow unseen. Do you remember, child, how a seed must die in the dark before it rises in light? It makes no sound as it splits, no announcement as it transforms. Yet under the surface, life is being rewritten. You too are that seed. You are not buried, you are planted. When you say nothing is happening, heaven smiles. Because that is when everything is happening, just beyond your sight. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. I am building foundations that noise would have fractured. The silence is sacred surgery, not divine neglect. Think back to Joseph in the prison. Years passed and he heard nothing, saw nothing, felt nothing from me. Yet in that darkness, I shaped him for destiny. Moses was hidden in the desert before he held the rod of deliverance. David was forgotten in the fields before he wore the crown. I hide before I reveal, and I withhold before I multiply. That is my rhythm, child. You call it silence, I call it shaping. You call it delay, I call it design. You call it waiting, I call it weaving. For in the stillness, I am threading strength into your soul, discernment into your mind, and humility into your spirit. I am teaching you how to stand when applause fades, how to listen when answers are not immediate. This hidden season is your classroom of maturity. When you see no movement, look for me in the small things. The sunrise that greets you is my reminder. The breath that fills your lungs is my promise. Even in your stillness, my spirit moves. I am orchestrating alignments in rooms you have never entered. You think you have been forgotten, but child, I cannot forget what I formed. My silence is not indifference. It is intimacy without noise. I am closer in the quiet than I ever was in the crowd. I am teaching you to feel my nearness without the need for evidence. Do not despise this hidden season. Others are rushing ahead, chasing noise and visibility. But you, beloved, are being refined for something weightier. I am cultivating roots so deep that no storm can uproot them. You cannot build eternal things on temporary applause. So I silence the crowd to strengthen your conviction. There are songs that can only be sung in solitude. There are revelations that can only be received in quiet. When you sit in the stillness, when your tears become prayers, I am near. Heaven listens closer when your voice trembles. Every sigh becomes a symphony in my throne room. Do not fear the invisible days. These are the days that define you. These are the hours when I write the unseen chapters of your legacy. The oil of endurance is being pressed from your silence. You are being refined into someone who no longer panics when I pause. That, child, is mastery and faith. I know you wish for confirmation. You long for a word, a sign, a miracle to break the stillness. But what if the stillness itself is the sign? What if this calm is not absence, but completion? You are not behind. You are aligned. My timing is weaving your story into perfection. Child, the night before breakthrough always feels the darkest. The silence before the shout always feels endless. But dawn always comes. The silence is only a cocoon, not a coffin. What feels like stillness is the sound of resurrection beneath the surface. So breathe, rest. You are not waiting for me to move. I am waiting for you to trust. For soon this silence will split open into song. You will see why I hid you, why I hushed the noise, why I delayed the dream. The stillness was not punishment. It was protection. And when I speak again, your spirit will know how to listen differently. Beloved, lift your eyes now. The stillness is shifting. What you thought was delay has reached divine ignition. I am moving, and I am moving suddenly. The season you thought was stagnant is about to turn into a rushing river of change. This is the hour of divine acceleration. You have waited. You have wept. You have whispered my name in faith through silence. And now heaven is responding. The very air around you is thick with transition. You may not feel ready, but readiness was never the requirement. Willingness was. And because you remain willing, I can now release what has been reserved. I am collapsing the distance between prayer and fulfillment. For near me, Durman. Child, do not be startled when things begin to move quickly. When phone calls arrive unexpectedly, when opportunities appear unannounced, when doors swing open that no man can shut. This is not chaos, it is completion. You are stepping into what was prepared in the silence. My sudden shifts are not random, they are rehearsed in eternity. For years you thought I was still, but I was setting a stage. I was aligning hearts, preparing places, weaving details, and writing introductions to your next chapter. And now, at the fullness of time, the pieces are snapping into place. You will look around and say, how did this happen so fast? And I will whisper, because it was always scheduled for now. Not early, not late, now. There will be a holy shock when I move. The same people who doubted you will wonder how the impossible became inevitable. But do not boast. Let humility be your crown and silence be your song. The shift is not to glorify you, it is to magnify me. When my hand moves, let your heart bow. I am not bringing you into ordinary promotion. I am birthing supernatural positioning. This shift will not require striving. You will simply step into alignment and everything will begin to flow. I am breathing life into what looked lifeless. Dreams that lay dormant are waking up again under my wing. You will notice how peace replaces pressure, how clarity silences confusion, how favor begins to chase you instead of you chasing it. The same path that once resisted you will now receive you. For when I declare movement, everything that was once blocked must bow. Mountains melt at my command. Do not be afraid of the pace. The enemy will whisper that it's too fast, too soon, too risky. But beloved, what seems sudden to man has been simmering in heaven for years. You are not being rushed. You are being revealed. This is the unveiling of what I've been cultivating inside you. There will be days when your spirit feels unsteady in the flow. Breathe, child. Don't resist what I am doing just because it feels unfamiliar. I am teaching you how to walk on water again. You've prayed for miracles. Now live like you expect them. Faith was never meant to stay in theory. It was born for movement. Every delay had purpose. Every tear was a timeline marker. Every disappointment was preparation for the doorway you're about to cross. Nothing was wasted, nothing forgotten, nothing random. The sudden shift is proof that the waiting was not in vain. What was hidden in silence is now blooming in speed. You will see how I redeem lost time. You thought years were stolen, but I will restore them in months. What others achieve with labor, you will accomplish through grace. The weight you carried will now become the wings that lift you. For when I accelerate, I do not break my pace, I bring you into mine. That is divine momentum. Child, do not hold on to the old while stepping into the new. The shift demands release. Old methods, old fears, old patterns cannot survive new movement. You cannot walk into open doors with clenched fists. Let go of what I've already replaced. The past was practice, the present is purpose. When you see the first signs of breakthrough worship, don't analyze the how, adore the who. Bow low when the blessing arrives because humility keeps the river flowing. Gratitude will anchor you where success could make you drift. Remember, suddenness is not your accomplishment, it's my covenant. I move suddenly but never accidentally. So when you wake up one morning and realize the door is open, when the phone call changes everything, when the atmosphere around you feels charged with glory, pause. Know this moment is not random. It is the unfolding of the promise I whispered long ago. I have watched your faith ferment through the years, and now the vintage is ready. Drink deeply, child. For this is the wine of fulfillment. The sudden shift is the sound of your season changing. Now walk boldly into the new. Do not shrink back. Do not apologize for the grace on your life. Step through the open doors with reverence and confidence. The shift is not something happening to you. It is something happening through you. I have chosen you to carry change into the world. Beloved, the doors are opening now. Doors that you never knocked on. Rooms you never imagined would bear your footsteps. You are stepping into places built without your name, but destined for your anointing. I have gone before you to prepare these spaces. You wondered why the invitations never came, why others were chosen before you, why your season of recognition seemed delayed. But child, you were not denied. You were being refined. For there are rooms that cannot be entered by ambition, only by assignment. And your assignment has now matured into manifestation. The waiting was the doorway's foundation. When you step in, the atmosphere will shift. The air will feel heavier, not because of pride, but because of presence. My glory will go with you, resting upon you like fire concealed in gentleness. Do not try to fit the decorum of the room. You were never meant to blend in. You are the atmosphere changer, not the one changed by atmosphere. I know you fear being misunderstood. You've walked through seasons where your silence was mistaken for weakness, where your humility was mocked, where your faithfulness was unseen. But those rooms, child, will now echo your obedience. They will feel the vibration of a life anchored in me. You are not entering for applause. You are entering for impact. Do not let the titles on the walls intimidate you. I placed you there, not because of your resume, but because of your revelation. The world values talent, but I reward trust. Others were trained for the spotlight. You were trained for the secret place. That is why the room waited for you. You carry what cannot be taught. You carry me. When you speak, words will not just inform, they will transform. You will feel my breath behind every syllable, my fire in every phrase. The same voice that trembled in private prayer will now thunder softly in public halls. Let the words come as I give them. Do not rehearse them, release them. My spirit will translate truth beyond language. Remember, child, these rooms were not built for your comfort. They were built for your calling. You are not there to fit in. You are there to bring alignment. I will seat you among kings and scholars, among skeptics and seekers. Some will resist, others will be silent, but the few I've chosen will recognize the anointing resting upon you. That recognition is not flattery, it's fulfillment. Do not measure your worth by their response. Some will hear and not understand. Some will see and still doubt. But those who are meant to receive will feel their hearts awaken, their eyes open, their spirits quicken at the sound of my voice through yours. You are my messenger, not their manager. Child, I know what you carry feels heavy. It is not the weight of pride. It is the weight of purpose. The oil you bear was pressed through pain, refined through silence, tested through rejection. It cost what others were unwilling to pay. That is why these rooms could not be filled until now. Only a heart shaped by me could sustain the fragrance of this calling. And when you stand in those spaces, remember this truth. You are not representing your name. You are revealing mine. The glory belongs to me. The fruit will testify of me, and the transformation they see in your presence will draw them to my presence. Every room becomes a sanctuary when you walk in carrying heaven. Do not overthink your placement. I am the one who positioned you. I am the one who whispered your name into the ears of those who made the call. You thought it was coincidence. It was covenant. Every room was written into your destiny before you ever drew breath. When you enter, do not rush to speak. Let my spirit settle first. Let my presence fill the silence. Then when I nudge, open your mouth and watch what happens. The words you release will not simply inspire, they will activate destinies. I will use your obedience to open spiritual locks no key could turn. And if the room grows cold, stay still. Do not force revelation on hearts not ready. I will handle resistance. I will melt opposition in my timing. You only need to stay faithful, gentle, and yielded. Your peace will preach louder than any sermon. This is what it means to walk in authority without arrogance, in influence without ego. The world will call it luck, but you will know it is lineage, divine heritage. I place my sons and daughters in rooms where the systems of man collapse before the strategies of heaven. Watch as favor finds you, as doors open before you, as nations shift through you. The rooms built without your name were waiting for your obedience. So, walk with reverence, move with wisdom, carry yourself as one who knows heaven is watching. You are not here to impress, you are here to impart. And when you leave, they may not remember your name, but they will remember the presence you carried. That, beloved, is legacy. You were not invited to the room, you were sent. Beloved, now we have come to the moment where everything hidden is revealed. Every silence now sings. Every waiting now breathes. The secret I whispered from eternity has finally reached its fulfillment in you. You have walked through wilderness, waded through silence, and stood through storms. But now the promise unfolds in full color. This is the hour of unveiling, the dawn of purpose, the rising of your divine becoming. Do you feel it, child? The shift in your spirit, the trembling in your chest, the quiet certainty that something holy is being completed. Heaven is rejoicing, not because of what you've done, but because you finally see what I've always seen. You are my design made visible, my intention incarnate, my word made alive. You are the living proof that silence was never abandonment. It was preparation. Every unanswered prayer became a seed. Every tear watered it. Every trial was sunlight disguised as sorrow. And now look, the field of your life is beginning to bloom. What once felt like loss has become life. I am turning your mourning into movement, your pain into power, your waiting into wonder. This is not just another season, child. This is the fulfillment of every divine alignment I set in motion before time called your name. You have come full circle, not back to where you were, but forward to who you truly are. You thought the journey was about finding answers, but it was about becoming one. You are the answer I've been forming in secret. When I hid you, I wasn't hiding you from purpose. I was hiding purpose in you. Every delay was my hand steadying the clay. Every detour was me carving humility into the vessel. Every silent night was heaven's workshop, molding your capacity for glory. And now the vessel is ready, the oil is pure, and the fire is lit. You are no longer waiting for my move. You are my move. You once prayed, Lord, use me. And now I say, child, I am. You are walking revelation, breathing prophecy, and moving testimony. The same spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives within you. The same voice that spoke galaxies into existence now speaks through your life. The same power that parted seas will part the resistance before you. So walk forward with holy courage. The rooms you enter will remember your presence, not because of who you are, but because of who goes with you. You carry divine disruption, sacred transformation, and peace that unsettles darkness. Let every step echo my name. Let every word you speak carry the fragrance of eternity. You are not small. You are my strategy wrapped in skin. Now listen, child. The time for self-doubt is over. The time for hiding has ended. What you carry must now be seen. For too long, you've underestimated the weight of my presence in you. You've looked at yourself through lenses of comparison, forgetting you were crafted by divine commission. I never asked you to be impressive. I asked you to be available. You've prayed for revival, and I'm answering through your obedience. You've asked for transformation, and I'm releasing it through your surrender. You've begged for me to move, but I'm moving through your hands, your voice, your yes. Revival isn't arriving from the sky. It's rising from your spirit. You are the move of God in motion. Do not be afraid of influence. It is not corruption when carried in consecration. When I raise you up, it's not to elevate pride. It's to expand reach. Every platform is a pulpit, every table a temple, every conversation a chance to carry light. Let the world see me through your gentleness, your strength, and your grace. And when the blessings pour, when favor surrounds you like a flood, remember this: stay humble, stay hidden in me. The same silence that trained you will sustain you. Don't let noise pull you from the posture of stillness. For power without presence is performance, and presence without purity cannot endure. Guard your oil, for it was pressed at a high price. You are now walking into promises not as a beggar, but as an heir. You are no longer asking for proof. You are living proof. You will see restoration in places that looked ruined. You will feel joy rise where grief once ruled. You will hear songs of praise in the same spaces where you once wept. This is the fulfillment of what faith built in the dark. Beloved, breathe this in deeply. This is not a dream. This is your reality reshaped by revelation. You will never again walk as one who is lost. You are found, anointed, commissioned. The world may not understand, but heaven recognizes your name. I have written it in flame across eternity's record. Your destiny is not pending, it is present. Defimar e midinorin. So lift your hands now, child. Let surrender become your strength once more. Whisper this truth with your whole heart. Father, I trust you. Even in silence, even in storms, even in sudden shifts. Let gratitude rise where grief used to dwell. Let worship fill the spaces that once held worry. You are walking out of waiting and into wonder. For near in your reign. Now, as this prayer closes, let it never end in your heart. Carry these words with you as a lamp in dark places, as wind in tired lungs, as fire beneath weary faith. Share them with others who are still in their silence, still in their hidden seasons, still wondering if I hear them. Tell them He does, I do, always. The secret was never about keeping truth hidden. It was about keeping you safe until truth could live through you. So now go forth in peace, go forth in strength, walk boldly in my presence. And if this word has touched you, speak it into others. Let your voice be an echo of heaven's promise. Like this prayer, share it forward, comment with faith, subscribe to hope, and spread the light. Because when my word flows through you, it multiplies miracles. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the beyond. I have spoken and it is finished. The secret is no longer secret, it is revelation. You are walking in it now, and all of heaven watches as you rise. Go, child. The world is waiting for the light you carry.